Chief Brian Red and Mayor Erin Mendenhall both just arrived here for this press conference about what happened here today.
Okay, thank you for being here. Last night tonight during a permitted demonstration in Salt Lake City, a shooting occurred on 151 South State Street. Salt Lake City officers who were deployed to the event immediately responded after hearing gunshot wounds around 7:56 p.m. One person was found critically injured at the time. The individual's injuries are considered life-threatening. At the time of the shooting, officers received witness information that helped identify and locate the person involved in the shooting. Salt Lake City officers pursued this individual and safely took him into custody near 200 East and 100 South. The person taken in custody had a gunshot wound and was transported to the hospital under police watch. A short time later, two other individuals involved in the incident were also taken into custody. At this time, there are no known outstanding individuals involved in the incident and no known ongoing threats to the public. I just want to thank our officers who responded to the incident tonight and who were involved in keeping the demonstration safe up until this point. Their rapid response ensured the safety of thousands of participants here in the downtown Salt Lake City area tonight. We're extremely grateful to the Utah Highway Patrol, the Salt Lake County Sheriff's Office, and many other officers who came from other agencies to assist here in Salt Lake City tonight. The events leading up to the shooting, leading up to the shooting, were very peaceful. The event organizers worked closely with us at the Salt Lake City here at Salt Lake City, and up until the point of the shooting, there was no indication of any problems.
Good evening. I want to start by thanking the Salt Lake City Police Department and the Salt Lake City Fire Department for their swift and professional response to this tragic event, and I want to thank Chief Red for his leadership tonight. The violence that we've seen here today in Salt Lake City and even in other parts of this nation is horrific, and it is not who we are. Let me be clear, this act of violence does not define our city. The purpose of today's demonstration was powerful and a peaceful expression until this event, and that cannot be overshadowed or silenced by a single act meant to harm. I want to urge everyone in the public to be calm, to give one another grace, and to look out for one another tonight and in the coming days. To our Salt Lake City police officers and our Salt Lake City firefighters, I thank you for your heroic actions. You are among the best in this city, and I am so proud of you. To those who came downtown today to speak up and march and stand peacefully together, your city sees you. Thank you for using your voice. Thank you for your peaceful cooperation with our police department tonight. And please know that your calm response and your support of their efforts likely prevented a more dangerous potential situation. You represent the Salt Lake City that I am proud to call home. We will not walk in fear of one another, not in this city and not in this nation. America, we are better than this violence. We are stronger than this hate. This moment does not define us. Thank you for being here tonight, and we'll take questions.
Chief, the four people involved, were they shooting at each other, shooting into the crowd? Do you know just how did they know each other, Chief?
That is all under investigation right now. It's too early to say.
Why were the other two taken into custody?
They were involved.
Involved how?
Well, that's under investigation currently.
Were any of them participating in the protest, or were they just near it?
It appears they were, involved at some level in the protest, or at least as part of the group that was walking.
The initial suspect that you took into custody that had the gunshot wound, how did he get the gunshot wound?
That's what we're still investigating. It's too early to say right now.
Were officers?
It did,
But it wasn't the officers?
I'm sorry, yes,
Yeah.
I should clarify. Officers as far as we understand at this point, officers did not shoot. Didn't shoot.
Chief, any word or anything on a motive as to why? Or
Again, it's just so early right now. Fortunately, we have everyone involved in custody, and we're going to be sorting that out. We also had a lot of witnesses, and we're talking with witnesses as well to see what we can argue.
Chief, it sounds like some of the witnesses helped take this person into custody. Is that accurate, or what was their involvement in helping you track this person down?
They certainly gave us descriptions, a description of the individual, and I don't know at the time he was taken into custody if anyone was involved other than our officers. I'm not sure.
Did they chase him down or point him out in some way?
Yeah, they gave us a description. Our officers were quickly able to see that individual, and then there was a pursuit, and they eventually found him.
Mayor, if we could ask you a question, Mayor. Erin, where do we go from here? Because there are more protests. There are more people that want to express on either side. Where do we go from here, Mayor?
We had thousands of people come out today, not only in Salt Lake City, but in protests around the state, protests around this nation, and they were by and large peaceful demonstrations. We are a nation that needs our First Amendment right. We deserve to be able to protest in peace. And what happened today, I hope, will not silence the voices of the public who deserve to have their voices heard. And Salt Lake City and our police department, our fire department will continue to make this place, this front yard of the state of Utah, as safe as possible for those protests to continue peacefully.
What did Governor Cox say to you? And he tweeted today that he has
I gave Governor Cox a call this evening to give him a brief update as we're giving you right now. And he was grateful for the information and expressed gratitude for our first responders and their good work tonight.
Chief, another question for you. Those first officers who responded, did they hear the gunshots themselves? What first alerted them to the incident?
The officers will be interviewed that were involved. I think it's I can't say what they heard or didn't hear, but it was reported gunshots. Our officers were right there and took the individual into custody.
Barry, you mentioned the crowd. What's the final estimate on how many people you think were marching tonight?
I have not heard.
We estimated around 10,000 at least.
Are the individuals taken into custody cooperating?
I don't know right now. They're literally our detectives are currently with them, and I'm not sure where they're going.
After there were notifications of shots fired and cops started walling stuff off, people were going back to Pioneer Park, and there were rumors that ICE was present at Pioneer Park. Can you confirm or deny that, or have any information into those speculations that we heard from members of the public?
The officers, we had Salt Lake County Sheriff's Department officers who responded to the park to make sure as individuals came back to the park, they felt safe, and that was who was at the park. A short time later, Highway Patrol also responded there as well to help us just get people back to their cars.
So no indication that ICE was present?
No indication that ICE was present. I haven't had communications with ICE. I don't believe they were there.
It sounds like you can't say definitively whether the shooting was political in some way.
Not at this point. Yeah, it's just too early.
How many witnesses have you spoken with at this one? Because obviously this was well attended.
There were more than 15 witnesses. I don't want to give an exact number. I might have said 17. I think I heard that at one point, but there's probably many more than that. There was a lot of video taken, of course, by the community, and so that a lot of that will be evaluated.
We'll do final two questions.
It looks like on social media there's already all sorts of different ideas of what happened. How does that impact the investigators' work into this?
Well, our investigators will do the work they do. I mean, those things are out there, but we'll be impartial in our investigation, and we'll just do our best to piece it all together. And a lot of that video out there will be part of our investigation as well.
If
Final
any
question.
witnesses want to provide information to you, how can they reach you?
They can contact the Salt Lake City Police Department. Our phone number is 801-799-3000.
Thank you, everyone.